Hi, New Life Fellowship kids and families. Miss Brenda here with Inslee and
Quinn.
And we're reporting live from our living room floor with a Bible story for you. We're doing things a little different today. I hope you enjoy. We are talking about Peter, and Peter was one of Jesus's closest
disciples.
Yes, disciples. These girls have heard me talk about Peter enough now. Peter was one of the first ones to say anything when Jesus would say something. Peter was kind of that guy do you have a guy at school or a girl at school who the teacher says something and they have a comment for everything?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was kind of that kind of guy. He liked to talk, but you know, he's a cool guy. We like Peter. Anyways, Peter, at the Last Supper, Jesus told his disciples, he said, hey, all of you disciples are going to turn away from me. And Peter said, no way, Jesus. Here, actually, I'm going to pull it up. It is in Matthew 26:33. Peter said, where am I going? I forgot. I lost it. All right, Peter replied, all the others may turn away because of you, but I never will. Jesus answered, what I'm about to tell you is true. It will happen tonight. Before the rooster crows, you will say 3 times that you don't know me. But Peter said, I will have to die, but I will never say that I do not know you. And all the other disciples said the same thing. All right, so let's see what happens. After the Garden of Gethsemane, all the disciples ran away. Peter kind of hung around and he followed Jesus a little bit. So there's Jesus. And there's Peter hanging out beside the building, and we got our soldiers. All right, so let's start this story. Rattling swords and marching feet broke the quiet in Jerusalem that night. Soldiers and temple leaders hustled Jesus through the dark and sleeping city. Each time the group turned a corner, Peter darted behind a building. Dun, dun, dun. What are the soldiers going to do to Jesus? Where are they taking my Lord? If they see me, will they arrest me too? Peter wondered. The soldiers pushed Jesus through the gate and into the courtyard of the house where the high priest waited for the prisoner. Peter slipped into the courtyard close enough to watch and hear what was going to happen. He sat near the fire where the others had gathered, and he pulled his robe up over his head so that no one would see his face. A servant girl who was nearby recognized Peter. Are you using your left hand? Yep. Can we see the servant girl? We can see the servant girl. The servant girl recognized Peter and she said, hey, aren't you one of Jesus's disciples? She said, pointing to Jesus. And he said, no, I don't even know that man, Peter lied. Peter poked the fire with a stick and said, I don't know what you're talking. Oh, oops, I skipped. There's a soldier, and they began to make fun. The soldiers began to make fun of Jesus. These soldiers over here. Hitting him and treating him badly. A soldier sitting near Peter A soldier came up to Peter and asked him, hey, aren't you one of his disciples? And Peter said, I don't know what you're talking about. Uh-oh. So that's how many times?
2 lies.
2 lies, because he knows Jesus. He was one of his closest disciples. The high priest, where's the high priest? There he is up there. Began asking Jesus questions. Jesus answered, where's Jesus? Can you pick him up? Jesus answered, everything I have done has been out in the open for all to see. I have taught and ministered, but not in secret. Why are you treating me like this? Then a soldier noticed Peter near the fire. And he said, I saw you in the garden with Jesus. You are one of his disciples, he said. Peter denied it. Not me, he said. No way, Jose. Then, in the courtyard, a rooster crowed. Who's got the rooster? The rooster reminded Peter of Jesus' words, and he said that Jesus said, you will deny me 3 times before the rooster crows. And Peter ran out of the courtyard, and he cried and cried and cried, disappointed with himself for not being true to Jesus. Well, what do we think? What are your thoughts, Inslee?
Well, we should give it to our cast and crew.
What? We should give applause?
Poe Dameron.
Oh.
Luke Skywalker. My Lego Mia person. Luke Skywalker.
All right. Hey, girls. Stop.
Stormtroopers.
No, what I was supposed to say is, what do you think we can learn from this story?
That you shouldn't try to go ahead of time.
What?
You shouldn't.
That doesn't make sense.
You shouldn't go and lie.
You shouldn't lie. Okay. Do you guys believe in Jesus?
Yes.
So if somebody came up to you and said, hey, do you know Jesus? Would you go, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Would you do that?
I would say I do know him.
Yeah. And that's a great opportunity. Peter missed out on a great opportunity to, do you think somebody would have arrested? Well, that's what, now we don't have to worry about getting arrested for knowing Jesus, but you know, a day may come where that could happen. But the cool thing is we're actually, maybe we'll tell this story later, but Jesus, even though, I was going to say Poe Dameron, even though Peter denied Jesus 3 times, Jesus ends up later forgiving him for doing that. So even when we make big mistakes, like lie, like Peter did, Jesus will forgive us. How cool is that? Does that mean we should make mistakes? No, let's try not to make mistakes, right? Let's make good choices and tell people about Jesus. All right, here, turn around. Show me your faces. All right, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.